the additional information about the salivary glands. There is a 3 different type of salivary glands. We know that. But the additional information about these 3 different type of salivary glands, we are ready to discussing about this class. First one, parotid glands. Parotid glands. Second one is known as the sublingual. Third one, submandibular. Let's discussing about these 3 different type of additional information about the salivary glands. It is a largest gland. Parotid gland is a largest gland. Okay. That parotid gland is the secretion of parotid gland is completely controlled by one of the nerve. The nerve is called as a glossopharyngeal nerve. The glossopharyngeal nerve is commonly called as a 9th cranial nerve. Yes? Okay. The parotid gland secretion, a gland's secretion is controlled by one of the nerve, that is one of the parasympathetic nerve. That parasympathetic nerve is called as a glossopharyngeal nerve. Glossopharyngeal nerve. It is one of the parasympathetic nerve, that is a glossopharyngeal nerve. That glossopharyngeal nerve is 9th cranial nerve. It is a 9th cranial nerve. And the parotid glands are painful inflammation. The parotid glands are painful inflammation that is caused by some of the viruses. That viruses are called as a paramyxovirus. The painful inflammation of which one? Parotid glands. Parotid glands is caused by virus. That virus is called a paramyxovirus. In the additional information about the parotid gland, in the parotid glands are completely modified in snakes. It is converts into poisonous gland. Means the parotid glands are in snakes. These are completely converts into poisonous glands. The parotid glands converts into poisonous glands in snakes. Poisonous glands in snakes. Very, very important information about the parotid glands. Okay, clear. The parotid glands are secretion of huge amount of the calcium ions along with mucus. So this calcium and mucus ions are secretion through the parotid glands. This is the additional information about the parotid glands. The second one is sublingual glands. The sublingual glands are known as smallest gland. This is a smallest glands. These glands are completely controlled by, as well as these glands are completely controlled by glossopharyngeal nerve. These are also controlled by facial nerve. Controlled by facial. Very, very important. Glossopharyngeal nerve, and this is known as a 9th nerve. This is a facial nerve is a 7th nerve. Facial nerve is a 7th nerve. Next one, the sublingual glands are secretion of huge amount of the serosa cells. These are only secretion of serosa cells. Serosa cells, these are completely stick in nature. Huge amount of the mucus, that is called sticking in nature. The third one is submandibular gland. These glands are controlled by these gland secretion also controlled by facial nerve. Again, the facial nerve is seventh facial nerve. The very most important information about this, the additional information about these nerves, the examination point of view. Okay, next one. The submandibular glands are secretion of mucosa serosa cells. Mucosa and serosa cells. Next one. In blue whales, the additional information, in blue whales, these are absence of or reducing of salivary glands. The additional information about the salivary gland, in blue whales, these are absence or reducing of huge amount of the reducing of salivary glands. Again, we are discussing in blue whales, the salivary glands are completely reduced or completely absent. In blue whales, salivary glands are reduce or absent. Next one, the salivary amylase. Salivary amylase is presence in most number of the primates, pigs and rabbits. The most number of the pigs, primates and rabbits is present. The salivary amylase presence in primates, pigs and rabbits. The salivary amylase is absent in carnivorous individuals. Carnivorous individual and as well as domesticated animals. And as well as very important information about the salivary gland. The salivary glands are consistent of lysozyme cells. These lysozyme cells are act like a antimicrobial enzymes. Which one? Lysozyme. It is act like a antimicrobial. So this is the information about additional information about the salivary glands. Next, we are discussing about pharynx and esophagus. After completion of buccal cavity, we are discussing about pharynx. The pharynx is a common passage of food and air. It is a common passage of food and air. Passage of food and air. It can be classified into, pharynx can be classified into three regions. What are they? Oropharynx, nasopharynx, third one is laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. First one, we are ready to discussing about the each and every information about pharynx. First one, nasopharynx. Nasopharynx. The nasopharynx, it is lined by the behind of the nasal cavity. It is behind, it's lined or behind, the behind or below the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity. So behind the nasal cavity to extends into it is extends into base of the skull. Base of the skull means it is a posterior of the skull. Base of the skull means posterior of the skull. Posterior of skull. Or it is leads into soft palate. Soft palate region. Yes. The nasopharynx is completely lined by one of the membrane. That membrane is called as a pseudostratified epithelial membrane. Next, the nasopharynx is lined by one of the membrane. The membrane is called pseudo, very very important, the pseudostratified epithelial membrane. Okay, this pseudostratified epithelial membrane have completely covering of the nasopharynx. Next one, the nasopharynx are only allowing of air. It is not allowing of the food. It is only allows air. Yes. After completion of the nasopharynx, second one is oropharynx. The oropharynx is located behind the mouth and leads into soft palate. It is located behind the mouth and leads into soft palate. The soft palate region hanging one of the region that is called as a glitis. The soft palate region hanging hangs one of the region that is called as a glottis. That glottis completely prevents of food particles into epiglottis region. So glottis prevents of food particles never enters into epiglottis region. It is allowing of, which one? Oropharynx is allowing of food and air. Food along with the air. So these are two pharynx. The last one is laryngopharynx. The laryngopharynx is a third region of the pharyngeal region. It starts below the larynx. Below the larynx. What is the larynx? The larynx is commonly called as a voice box, which is producing of sound. That is called as a voice box. It is starts below the voice box, nothing but larynx. Voice box. It is commonly passage of common passage of food and air as like oropharynx. As like oropharynx. As like oropharynx. These are three are pharynx. Next, the what is that? The pharynx are completely around the tonsils. The tonsils are called as a pharyngeal tonsils. Okay. Next one. In the pharynx region, the most number of the tonsils are around the pharynx. So the type of tonsils are called as a pharyngeal tonsils. The type of ring is called as a Waldeyer's ring. What is that? The tonsils are around the pharynx. Around the pharynx. Around the pharynx. That is called pharyngeal tonsils. Pharyngeal tonsils. Around the ring is called Waldeyer's ring. Waldeyer's ring. This Waldeyer's ring is consistent of 6 different type of tonsils. The Waldeyer's ring consistent of 6 different type of tonsils are present. This is one of the Waldeyer's ring. These containing 6 different type of tonsils are present. What are the first one? These are Waldeyer's ring. These Waldeyer's ring are completely around the tonsils. What are the first one? These are very easy to understand. PT, PL. First one, P called as a pharyngeal tonsils. Pharyngeal tonsils. Tubal tonsils. Second one, tubuli tonsils. This is known as a middle ear eustachian tube. Eustachian tube. This one, palatine tonsils. This one, lingual tonsils. These are 6 in number. This is not a tonsil, it is one of the tube. These are only single in number. Which one? Pharyngeal tonsil is a single in number. Tubuli tonsils are paired in number, means 2. Palatine tonsils are also paired in number 2. Lingual tonsil is 1. The total 6 tonsils are present around the pharynx. Next one, after completion of the pharynx, the esophagus. The pharynx leads into esophagus. Esophagus is one of the connective duct in between of buccal cavity to stomach. It is a common passage. Esophagus is a small duct. It connects into buccal cavity to stomach region. Approximately it is a 25 centimeters in length. 25 centimeters in length. It is a tube-like structure. It is passing off from pharynx, below the pharynx, thorax, thoracic, diaphragm to stomach. So it is a passing of what below the pharynx to thoracic to diaphragm to stomach. So the wall of esophagus it is consistence of mucus glands. It is consistence of mucus glands. These mucus glands are secretion of mucus. Glands are secretion of mucus. Thus mucus, it is make a slippery of the food. Make a slippery of the food. But this esophagus region, there is no enzymes. So there is no enzyme. It is never digestion of the food. It is no digestion was occur. There is no digestion. There is no digestion. Why? Because these are absence of digestive enzymes. These are absence of digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes. These are absence of digestive enzymes. So it is never digestion of the food. Next one. These are 25 centimeters in length. In this length, 1/3 of the length is made up of skeletal muscle. The esophagus, the 25 centimeters length, in this 25 meters of the length, centimeters of the length, 1/3 of the length of the esophagus is made up of skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle. Is a upper esophagus. The middle esophagus, it is made up of skeletal and along with smooth muscle. Skeletal along with smooth muscle. The lower, posterior, nothing but lower, posterior one, it is made up of complete smooth muscle. There is no skeletal muscle. Complete smooth. The remaining 1/3 of the esophagus, the posterior region is completely made up of smooth muscle. Okay, the posterior region consistent of two different sphincters are present. Sphincters are present. Those are upper sphincters and lower sphincters. Upper sphincters and lower sphincters. The upper and lower sphincters are completely prevents of backflow of the food from stomachs to buccal cavity. The lower sphincter is called as a cardiac sphincter. Cardiac sphincter. Okay, thank you. Today we are completion of salivary, additional information of the salivary glands and pharynx and esophagus. Thank you very much.